finally, Kuomboka 2024, and there I was dressed up in my Musisi, just happy to be back in the motherland to see all the action at close proximity. One thing about Kuomboka is if you're going there, you have to be there really, really early because it gets so packed and everybody wants to see the Litunga in close proximity. So you always have to make sure you get there in time. And lucky for us, actually, I noticed that there was a little slope that you could go down that led you right to the plane and closer to the Nalikwanda. So this was such a beautiful vantage point and I was excited to be standing right there. I was able to see all the action and I was able to see all the paddlers slowly getting closer to the Nalikwanda because a lot of people wanted to paddle, but not everybody could paddle because it was a smaller Kuomboka. But either way, there was so much order, there were so many people and others just came here to be in solidarity with the other paddlers. So because I'm a woman, there are certain places that are restricted to only men. So I was like, you know what, it's okay. There was a lot of police presence because safety came first. It was amazing seeing all the paddlers getting ready and standing next to the Nalikwanda, but oh my goodness, it was such a long day. This was me standing for 4 hours just waiting for the action and nothing was happening. The sun was scorching hot, but everybody still seemed to be in such high spirits because this is a day that they've been waiting for a long time. And because of all this global warming and all these changes in the weather, there was not a lot of water, but still the spirit was there. So time, I noticed that there was a huge crowd of people who were coming down from Lialui to come to the plains, and I knew then that the Litunga and the Chitimukulu were finally on their way. It was so hot, I found this freezer and I bought an entire bucket because I was not going to pass out with a heat stroke. Time, there we were just waiting. Everybody was dancing, ululeting. It was such a thrill. And then finally the dignitaries started coming through. That's Gary Nkombo with his signature outfit. And finally the Litunga and Chitimukulu finally arrived at the plains and they were ready to embark on the Nalikwanda. Unfortunately, I could not see anything because I was afraid to go there because I was a woman. But then I noticed other women there. I'm like, I need to get closer to the action because I want to make sure that I see everything that's happening because last year I was not able to get this close to it. So anyway, I was so happy to see everything. I was happy to see people kneeling, the respect towards culture, the mini paddlers, all those boats that were going to be escorting the Nalikwanda were already on the water and waiting for the sound to go off that is going to initiate the journey. So this year, actually, another interesting fun fact is that the Litunga usually docks the Nalikwanda at Limulunga Palace, but because of the low water levels, this year he was actually just going to dock at the Harbour, and the Harbour is way closer right in Mongu town, so people would have to receive him at the Harbour, then proceed to escort him to Limulunga. But that did not stop the atmosphere because we thought that is more entertainment and activity for everyone. So finally, after waiting, the Nalikwanda finally set sail. There was a lot of jubilation, ululation, there was a lot of people dancing, and the other boat that actually accompanies the Nalikwanda was also on its journey. So it was nice watching all this and seeing the Nalikwanda take off because we knew that in a couple of hours we were going to be at the Harbour to receive the Litunga. This was such an exciting experience. I was just standing where the Nalikwanda was, and before I knew it, it was time to go back into Mongu town so we could wait for him. I met a couple of friends, and from there I was ready to just take the long trek back to the car because you have to park really, really far and walk there after the activities. But all in all, this was exciting, and join me for the second part where we actually get to receive the Litunga at the Harbour. Stay tuned.